relationship specialist. I'd like to welcome you to Love, Listen, Talk, Repeat, a podcast that talks all about relationships. They come in all shapes and sizes, and each one's unique. So in this podcast, I chat with guests about life events and issues that can affect relationships, as well as discussing different types of relationships that may not always fit the mould of being mainstream. There will also be some episodes where it's just me talking about something that may be helpful in your relationship. So for now, just sit back and enjoy. Hi, it's Wendy, and I just want to talk today about how we're living in a disposable society and my concerns about it. Everything seems to be disposable. We're sold by the marketeers that the current laptop we have, TV, mobile phone, car really isn't up to scratch. And that really plays into our reward system, because we get that fix. We get a fix, a dopamine fix. We actually get a feeling of we need something more. And it's almost becomes like an addiction. You know, when you have that addiction to sugar, addiction to cigarettes, to drugs, to sex, to shopping, it's because we get that dopamine fix. And so that's what happens with us. We get pulled in by the marketeers. They're so clever. They've got marketing down to a science. They know by giving us that anticipation that the latest model of whatever it is due out at some point soon. That's going to tempt us. Then our expectations come and we get tempted into thinking, I wonder what this model's like. I wonder what this one's got that I haven't got. The latest. What is it? And so the anticipation builds and we get all those chemicals working in our body that those marketeers tap into. And then what happens is that we get the latest model, whatever it is, and after a while we realise that maybe it doesn't live up to the expectations that we had, or we don't use those latest functions. And that is the problem with what's going on in relationships today. Because we have this expectation that things have to be right, that things have to go okay, that it's got to be the best. We buy into it. We see other people on social media talking about their amazing relationship, how their partner spoiled them with lavish gifts and holidays, and everything looks idyllic. So we start comparing, because their model is better than ours. But is it? Why do we compare it? It's so easy to find fault in other people. We look for the bad points in people. We look for the negatives. But we don't look for the positives. And by comparing, we're not really comparing reality, because that other couple, whatever they're portraying, is that real? Or are they just going to show their good side? Like the marketeers, when they're trying to sell us a product, they don't tell you the downfalls of the latest model. Of course they won't. They won't sell it to us. We won't buy it. And neither will we buy into that relationship that others have, that we dream about, that we imagine is 10 times better than ours, if they show us those bad sides. It doesn't feel good if we tell our friends that our relationship isn't perfect. It feels shameful. It feels uncomfortable. It feels that we failed and it feels that the relationship's failed. And there are often times when we don't discuss things with our partner. We don't tell them there's a problem. And so we suck it up. We suck it up and suck it up. And I've heard that story so many times. I don't want to rock the boat. I can't say anything because he gets angry. She starts crying. She gets upset, or whatever it is. It could be the other way around. I'm not saying it's gender specific, but that means that the problems never get resolved. It could be that one partner just walks off and just says, I don't want to talk about it. And so that problem doesn't get discussed until that fateful day when, having looked on social media or at friends in parties or events, and they see that that relationship is what they perceive as better than their own. And that's when they go out and someone turns their attention, and they will then decide, I've had enough. That looks a better deal than the one I've got. But all they're doing is taking that same situation into another relationship. They haven't resolved anything. All they've done is just hopped over the fence to where the grass looks greener. But you know what? Same old grass, same old situation. Quite often, unless you really look at what those problems are, unless you really try and find out what's gone wrong. But why would you want to do that? If you really love your partner, why not resolve it before it gets to that point? Why not deal with it? Not only is a breakup or divorce very expensive financially, but it's emotionally very, very expensive too. It's expensive on our emotions, on our families, on our children. It creates so many issues, and you just take them with you if you don't resolve it. So what I'd say is, don't wait till you get to that point. Don't see your relationship as disposable. Yes, you can take your mobile phone and throw it down the tip, or your TV. You could trade in your car. But it's not your relationship. That has a greater cost than any of those commodities. There are lots of articles on my website, and if you want to talk to me, then just send me a message. I'm always happy to chat, and all you have to do is to email me at wendy@yourrelationshipspecialist.co.uk. We can arrange to have a chat. Take care now, and remember, your relationship is not disposable. So you can find all the information about this show in the show notes. And you can find lots more on my website, www.yourrelationshipspecialist.co.uk, including the link to my podcasts. And you can also sign up on my newsletter, which has lots more tips and offers. So until next time, bye for now.